Pleasant morning to you all, children. Welcome back to our next session of the chapter Economic Importance of Bacteria and Fungi. We had already discussed about the bacteria, to which kingdom it belongs, kingdom Monera, and their habitat, and the different types of bacteria grouped according to their shape, that is coccus, round, bacillus, rod shape, vibro, and spirillum. Now, next we shall discuss the cell, a bacterial cell. It is designated as a prokaryotic cell. As you can see in the diagram, it has got a cell wall, but it differs from the plant cell wall in the composition. Cell wall of plant is made up of cellulose and pectin, whereas the cell wall of the bacterial cell is made up of peptidoglycan. That's why it was earlier placed in the plant kingdom, which later on Whittaker made a separate group, kingdom Monera. As you can see in the diagram, some of the bacteria beside the cell wall, they have got a covering which is called slimy covering, which is called as capsule. This protects the bacteria against hard resistance conditions, that is adverse condition. That's why bacteria can survive in unsuitable conditions for a long period. Clear? Why? Because this outer layer called as capsule, it protects the bacteria from desiccation. As you can see, the cell wall has consist of the cell, inner to it is the cell membrane, cytoplasm. Nucleus is not well defined. Nucleus does not have nuclear membrane, nucleus and nucleoplasm as we find in the eukaryotic cell. Nucleus is designated as nucleoid. It consists only of a strand of DNA. Clear? That's why it is called as nucleoid. In some bacteria, some extra chromosomal DNA is also present. That is called as plasmid. Beside this, there are no membrane-bound organelle like endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, mitochondria. Clear? Ribosomes are present, but that ribosome is of 70S type, and glycogen granules. So, and as you can see, these outgrowth structures, these are called as flagella or flagellum. This helps the bacteria in locomotion. But remember, all the bacteria do not have flagella. Clear? So remember this diagram very clearly. You may be asked, given in the exam, and asked to label it and the function of each of the different parts and the composition of the cell wall. Next, after the description of the cell, next feature, what is the next topic? That is nutrition. Bacteria can undergo, that is shows, both autotrophic type of nutrition as well as heterotrophic. Autotrophic means what? They can manufacture their own food. You have the examples of blue-green algae or cyanobacteria. When we talk about heterotrophic mode of nutrition, that means those bacteria which cannot prepare their own food. Under that, we have two types: saprophytic bacteria that feed on dead and decaying organic matter or remains of dead plants and animals, and the next are parasitic bacteria which act as endoparasites or ectoparasites. That means what? That is, parasitic bacteria, they live in the bodies of the animals or the plants and cause diseases in them. Then when we talk about the respiration part, bacteria can survive both aerobically and anaerobically. Aerobically means in the presence of oxygen, and anaerobically in the absence of oxygen. So bacteria which survive in the presence of oxygen are called as aerobes and anaerobes. Those which survive in absence of oxygen or partially presence of oxygen. Next most important features. What you have to remember, children? The bacterial cell, shapes of bacteria on the basis that is different shapes, and the reproduction. Bacteria usually, you can find that in this diagram, they undergo asexual reproduction. So this is the method of asexual reproduction, which is done by binary fission. Binary means two. Now what happens? This is one example how binary fission takes place. So when suitable conditions are there, what happens? Bacteria can undergo binary fission, that is by asexual reproduction. What happens? When the bacterial cell becomes mature, the nucleoid, they elongate. They elongate and then they divide and start moving towards the two ends of the cell. Meanwhile, a constriction or deepening appears in the middle, which finally it moves further and ultimately divides the single bacterial cell into two daughter cells. So this is a method of asexual reproduction. What happens about the other type of reproduction in bacteria? One is sporulation. Then we have sexual reproduction is not there, but sexual conjugation is there, where two bacterial cells, they come together close by and form a tube called as the conjunction tube, and the nucleoid or the part of the DNA moves towards the other cell and then they fuse. Clear? And when this divide again, you get two daughter cells. Now, what happens when the conditions are unfavorable? Let me show you. That process is endospore formation. This is also very important, children. So last year it was given, the diagram was given and it was asked to identify it. So this is how the bacteria undergoes reproduction by endospore formation. When conditions are unfavorable, what happens? The bacteria develops a thick wall around it. Got it? This is to survive adverse condition. This is called as endospore. And within it, the bacteria remains dormant. Dormant means inactive. When favorable conditions come, then this endospore wall break open, and then in that case the bacteria, the nucleoid, they become active again and starts dividing by binary fission. Clear? So this is how the bacteria undergoes division during adverse condition or when the conditions are not favorable. Now next we talk about the topic antibiotic. You have to remember this. What are antibiotics? Antibiotics are substances which are produced by a living organism, generally microorganism, bacteria or fungi, that prevents or inhibits the growth of other disease producing pathogen. Clear? You have it in your book also, so mark it. This always is asked. What are antibiotics? Anti means against, biotic, any living form that is against bacteria. So the first antibiotic was discovered by Alexander Fleming. Clear? Let me tell you, Alexander Fleming. And he found that antibiotic in the fungus Penicillium notatum. This is also asked in 1 marks question. Got it? So Alexander Fleming was the first scientist who, you can say that, who discovered the antibiotic, the chemical substance penicillin, from the fungus Penicillium notatum. How did he came across? Now during the Second World War, during the World War, First World War, what happened? Several soldiers were suffering from severe bacterial, several throat infection, and he grew this bacteria in its mold, that is the petri dishes. Got it? In the petri dishes. Now what happens? He found that in these bacterial cultures, some mold-like substances develop, and that in that particular petri dish, that is where the bacterial cultures were grown, he found that it prevented the growth of bacteria. So that gave him an idea that there must be something in that particular blue-green mold which contained or which prevented the growth of the bacteria. So he later on found that the chemical substance present in the mold was penicillin, and the fungus was named as Penicillium notatum. So what is the function of purpose of antibiotic? Antibiotic, first, what does it do? It kills the disease causing pathogen or microorganism, and it should not have any side effects. Got it? So you mark from this to this in your book. And then what is the criteria of a good antibiotic? Got it? It should be able to kill the disease causing pathogen. It should not have any side effects. So these 3 points you should remember. Got it? And later on, antibiotic was extracted from Streptomyces gravis, which was known as streptomycin, and it also caused as a, that is, suitable antibiotic against many diseases. So this chart you remember. This chart also you remember. You may be asked the name of the antibiotic. Source means from which source it is extracted, either bacteria or fungus, and the name, that is against which diseases. Clear? So as I said, these are the name of the antibiotic that you should remember, and their sources, their scientific names. Okay, so that is all for this session, children. If you have any doubt, you can write to me or write in the comment section. Have a good day.